We have a first date report here from a guy. So he says, so after being single for a while, I found a girl on Match and we had our first date tonight. I would say that her lovely pictures on her profile and the ones she sent me must have been at least 5 years old. Oh, that's not a good start. Already it sounds like she's starting off this possible relationship on an lie. You've got to make sure you have updated profile pictures. Otherwise, you'll be coming off as too deceiving. So that must have been quite a shock for this guy. I still found her attractive, but the difference was significant. Is that technically catfishing? Doesn't matter anyway, ... Well, it does matter. Okay, you can still find her attractive. Women are beautiful creatures. But 5 years is a big difference. A lot can change then. And as we all know, men do find youthfulness attractive. And, you know, she might put on a bit of weight. She might have changed her hair colour. Like, it could be a multiple of things that could make someone not your type. So we met at a bar for drinks before going to a restaurant. I wouldn't go to a restaurant on the first date, dudes. Because look, she catfished you. And that's a perfect example of you not knowing this woman yet. You haven't met her yet. And you're going to take a girl you haven't met before on a restaurant date. What's that? A 3-course meal that you have to pay out of your own money? You're putting way too much resources into a first date with a girl you haven't even met before. That's why you don't do restaurant dates for things like this that could happen, where a girl has lied about her looks before you meet her. But anyway, it's done now. Went for drinks and then went for some food. Hope she at least offered to pay for the food. That's the least she can do. I'm trying hard to get the conversation going, but she wasn't in much of a talking mood. So you're taking her out. Again, you're taking her out on like a 3-course meal. Again, if the conversation is difficult during the starters, then you've got another 2 courses to come. So you've kind of like put yourself against a wall here. This is why, again, you don't do restaurant dates on a first date, because you could end up in this situation where the starters haven't even come out and you're already thinking to yourself you want to get out of there and she isn't right for you. So off we went to the restaurant, and this is where the date stopped being a date and became 2 people sitting at a table not talking. Yeah, you're probably not talking as well due to a mouthful of food. It's not very appealing. I really tried asking her about work, life in general, and family. Yeah, you know if the vibe's not right, and you especially know if you're the one asking the questions, she's not asking anything back. That will show no interest in her wanting to get to know you. If she was really excited about you, she'll be chewing your ear off. Women are good at that. The perfect date is like the guy speaks 20% and the girl speaks 8%, because the guy's just asking questions, leading the conversation, and let the girl talk about herself, which is completely fine. The food came to the table and she literally turned her chair diagonal from me so I could only see her side on. This is getting a bit weird now. She's giving some weird vibes. Not only did she kind of catfish you, she's now being straight up rude and weird. Who would do that? Who would change the direction of their chair not to look at you? It's either rudeness or she finds you repulsive to look at. You're putting her off her food, bro. At that point, I seriously considered going to the toilet, but actually just leaving. Yeah, you should have done. And no one would have blamed you, and you wouldn't feel any guilt because she's treating you poorly here. But no, the food was good. I was going to be paying for it anyway, so I just hung in there and ate my tasty ribeye. No, what I would have done, yeah, finish all your food if you're really enjoying it, and then go up to the waiter and pay your half and walk out. Leave the waiter a tip. She's a strong, independent woman. I'm sure she has a job, she can pay for her half, especially when she's treating you the way she's treating you. Meanwhile, with her sat diagonally, she had a hard time eating. It was kind of surreal, like a demonstration of a date gone wrong and a girl who is not interested. She soldiered on with her diagonal eating. Then once she finished her food, she just stared out the window. Yeah, she's odd. Just you put this down as a funny, weird experience. But yeah, at this point, I would have walked out. Don't waste your time. Time is your most valuable resource, brother. Next stop after the restaurant was a cinema. What? You went to the cinema with her? You planned a cinema date? This guy obviously has no experience. This is the first girl who liked him back on his profile and said yes to a date. So he's going all in. He's doing like 3 dates in one. And yeah, obviously cinema date is a terrible date idea. I wouldn't even do that on the 5th date because you can't talk to the other person. You're just watching a TV screen in the darkness. There's nothing romantic about that. This isn't the 1950s. But hey ho, let's read on this absolute train wreck. No one. I actually kind of feel sorry for her now. The tables have turned. We could literally just have been 2 people who sat next to each other but didn't know each other. Well, yeah, that's a cinema date for you. Earlier in the evening, she'd offered to drop me home. I was annoyed, though, that I just said, thanks for a lovely evening and walked straight to the taxi rank. We should have done this ages ago. You should have invited one of your boys to watch Batman with. So this first date went badly. It's back to the drawing board with the dating app. Sorry for the long post, just needs to vent. So that's where it ends. Obviously, she was a bit of an oddball. Maybe you said something to put her off. Maybe you're not quite a looker yourself. But you have a lot to learn, bro. Food date is a no-go. Drinks is fine. Cinema date is a definite no-go. There's literally no opportunity there to create any chemistry, to leave things to the bedroom. Yeah, no wonder why you would get friend zoned by her and possibly be friend zoned by future dates unless you buck up your ideas. But yeah, I think they both have a lot to work on. Anyway, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.